네, 안녕하십니까. 영어 쉐도잉 141자 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 오늘 첫 번째 할 영상은 오바마 대통령 연설 영상 보면서 들으면서 따라하는 거 해보겠습니다.
좋은 곳을 태어나고 싶을 텐데 걔는 밝은데 웃기는 거 어떡해?
But at the end of the day, the circumstances of
But at the end of the day,
but at the end of the day,
but at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, but at the end of the day,
circumstances of your life,
the circumstances of your life,
what you look like,
what you look like, where you come from, how much money you have,
what you've got going on at home,
what you got going on at home, what you got going on at home, what you got going on at home.
none of that is an excuse.
None of that is an excuse.
How much money you have, what you've got going on at home, none of that is an excuse.
None of that is an excuse. None of that is an excuse. None
How
of
much
that.
money you have, what you've got going on at home, none of that is an excuse.
None of that none of that is an excuse.
There is no excuse for not trying.
There is no excuse for not trying.
I've given a lot of speeches about education.
I've given a lot of speeches about education.
I've talked about
Responsibility a lot. I talked about teachers' responsibility for inspiring students, pushing you to learn. I talked about your parents' responsibility for making sure you stay on track. For making sure you stay on track.
homework done. Don't responsibility
For
for making
don't
sure
show
you stay
you
on track and you get your homework done.
and you get your homework done. And you get your homework done.
Don't spend every waking hour in front of the.
Don't spend
Make sure you stay on track and you get your homework done. Don't spend every waking hour in front of the TV
don't spend every waking hour in front of the TV or
with the Xbox done.
with the
Don't
Xbox.
spend every
Waking
waking
hour
hour
in front of the TV or
Xbox.
with the Xbox.
I've talked a lot
about your government's responsibility for setting high standards,
supporting teachers and
for
principals,
supporting teachers and principals,
and turning
and turning
around schools that
around-
aren't working, where
and turning online schools that are working,
students aren't getting the
where
opportunity
students are getting the opportunities,
that they deserve. But at the
where students are getting opportunities that they deserve.
end of the day,
But at the end
we
of
can
the
have
day,
the most dedicated.
but at the end of the day, but at the end of the day,
Students aren't getting the opportunities that they deserve. But at the end of the day, we can have the most dedicated teachers,
we can have the most dedicated teacher. We can have the most dedicated teachers.
most
The
supportive
most,
parents,
the most supportive parents.
the best schools in the world,
The best schools in the world.
and
None of it will make a difference.
None of it will matter
None of it will matter
unless all of you
unless all of you fulfill your responsibility. Unless you show up to those schools, unless you pay attention to those teachers, unless you listen to your parents, grandparents, and others, and put in the hard work it takes to succeed.
That's what I want to focus on.
That's what I want to focus on today.
Each of you has
The responsibility
to succeed. That's what I want to focus on today. The responsibility each of you has
the responsibility each of you has
for your education.
for your education. The responsibility each of you has for your education.
I want to start with the responsibility you have
I want to start with the responsibility you have
to yourself.
to yourself. I want to start with the responsibility you have to your
As for your education. I want to start with
With
the
the
responsibility
responsibility
you
you
have
have.
to yourself.
you have to yourself. I want to start with the responsibility you have to yourself.
Every single one of you has something that you're good at.
Every single one of you has something that you're good at. Every single one of you has something to offer.
You have a responsibility to yourself.
You have the responsibility.
Every single one of you has something to offer.
Every single one of you has something to offer.
You have a responsibility to
You have a responsibility to
yourself.
you have a responsibility to yourself. You have a responsibility to yourself
To discover what that is.
to discover what that is.
Something to offer. You have a responsibility to yourself.
You have a responsibility. You have a responsibility.
Every single one of you has
Has
something to offer.
offer.
You have a responsibility to yourself
You have a responsibility to yourself
to discover what
to,
that is.
to discover what that is. You have a responsibility to yourself to discover what that is.
That's the opportunity an education can provide.
That's the opportunity. That's the opportunity an education provide.
Self to discover what that
It
is.
is.
That's the opportunity an education can provide.
An education can provide. That's the opportunity an education can provide. That's the opportunity an education can provide.
Maybe you could be
Maybe you could
great
be
writer.
a great writer.
maybe even good enough to write a book.
Maybe even good enough. Maybe you're even good enough to write a book or articles in
newspaper,
newspaper.
but you might not know it.
But you might not know it.
Maybe you could be an innovator,
Maybe you could be an innovator. Maybe you could be an innovator.
an inventor.
An
Maybe
inventor.
even good enough
Maybe-
to come up
Maybe you're even good enough to come up
with the next
with the
iPhone or
with the next i with the next iPhone or with the next iPhone or
a new medicine,
new
or
medicine or
But
vaccine.
you might not know it.
But you might not know
do
it
your
until
project
you
for your science club.
but you might not know it until you do a project for your science class.
Maybe you could be
Maybe you could
a
be
mayor
a mayor
or a senator
or a senator.
or a Supreme Court justice.
or a Supreme Court justice or a Supreme Court justice.
But you might not know that
But you might not know that
until you join
until you
student
join
government
until you join student governments
or the debate team.
or the debate team.
No matter what you want
No
to
matter
do with
what
your
you
life,
want
I
to do with
guarantee
your life, no matter what you want to do with your life, I guarantee
that you'll need an education to
that you'll need an education to do
you
it.
want to be, no matter what you want to
To
do
do
with
it
your
your
life,
life. I guarantee that you'll need an education to do it. Then you'll need the education. Then you'll need an education to do it.
You want to be a doctor,
You want to be a
or
doctor or teacher,
a
a police officer.
you want to be a nurse or an architect,
You want to be a nurse or architect
a lawyer,
Or
or
lawyer.
a member of our military.
or a member of military or a member of our military.
You're gonna need a good education for
You're gonna need a good education
every single one of those careers. Member of our military, you're gonna need a good education for every single one of those careers.
for every single one of those careers. You're gonna need an education. You're gonna need a good education for every single one of those careers. You're gonna need a good education for every single one of those careers. You cannot drop out of school and just drop into a good job. You got to try for it, work for it,
and learn.
and learn for it.
This isn't just
And-
important for your own life,
And this isn't just important for your own life
your own future.
and your own
What you
future.
make of your education will decide
When you make of your education will decide
nothing less
nothing less than the future of this country.
What you make of your education
When you make of your education, you decide nothing less than the future of this country.
the future of
The
America
future of
depends on you.
the future of America depends on you.
What you're learning in school today will determine
What you're learning in school today will determine
whether
whether we as a nation
meet our
can meet our greatest challenges in the future.
the future of America.
The future of America depends on you.
What you're learning in school today will
will-
determine whether
What you're learning in schools today will determine
the future of America depends on you.
what you're learning in school today. What you're learning in school today. What you're learning in school today will determine whether we as a nation can meet our great challenges in the future.
You'll need the
You'll
knowledge
need
and
You'll
problem-solving skills.
need the knowledge and problem solving skills. You'll need the knowledge and problem solving skills
You learn in science science
You
and
learn
math
science and
cure
math
diseases like
to
cancer
cure
and AIDS,
diseases
to
like
develop
cancer and AIDS, to develop
new
your
energy
energy
technologies,
technologies, your energy technologies, and protect our environment, protect our
cure
environment,
diseases like cancer and AIDS, to develop new energy technologies and protect our environment.
protect our environment, protect our environment. New energy technologies and to develop your to develop new energy new energy technologies, to develop new energy technologies and protect our environment.
You'll need the insights and critical thinking skills
You need insights and critical thinking skills. You need insights and critical thinking skills.
you
You
gain
gain
in
in
history
history
and
and social
fight
studies
poverty
to
and
fight poverty and homelessness and crime and
make
discrimination
our nation more fair
and make our nation more fair
more free.
and more free.
You'll need the creativity
You need creativity
and
and ingenuity
you develop in all your
you develop in all your classes.
classes to build new companies.
You develop in all your classes to develop your companies.
They'll create new
Companies
jobs
that will create your job. They will create your jobs.
and boost our economy.
They will create your jobs and boost our economy.
Develop in all your classes to build new companies.
You develop in all your classes to build your companies.
They'll create
They
new
will create your
jobs
jobs
and boost our
and
economy.
boost your economy.
Classes to build new companies. They'll create new jobs and boost our
They create new jobs and boost our economy.
economy.
We need every single one of those careers.
Talents and create new jobs and boost our
Economy.
economy.
We need
Every single one of you to develop your talent.
one of you do that. One of you do that. We need every single one of you do that.
We need every single one of you to develop your
We need every single one of you do that. One of you do that. One of you to do that. One of you to do that.
They'll create new jobs and boost our economy.
We
We need
need
every single one of you to develop your
one of you to do that. One of you to do that. One of you to do that. We need every single one of you to develop your.
They'll create new jobs and boost our economy. We
Every-
need every single one of you to develop your talent.
One of you to develop.
They'll create new jobs and boost our economy.
We
We
need
need
every
every
single
single
one
one
of
of you to develop your talent.
one of you to develop. One of you to develop your.
They'll create new jobs and boost our economy.
We need every single one of
you
you.
to develop
One of you to develop.
your talents and
One of you to develop your talents. One of you to develop your talents
your skills
and
and
your
your
skills
intellect.
and your skills and your intellect.
So you can
So you can help us solve
our most difficult problem.
our most difficult problems.
If you don't do that,
If you don't do that,
if you quit on
if you
school,
quit on school,
you're not just quitting on yourself.
you're not just quitting on yourself. You're not just quitting on yourself.
You're quitting on your
You're
country.
quitting on your country.
I know it's not always easy to do well in school.
I know it's not always easy to do well in school.
I know a lot of you have challenges in your lives
I know a lot of you have challenges in your lives, have challenges in your lives
right
right
now.
now,
It's hard to focus on your schoolwork.
and make it hard on.
I know a lot of you have challenges in your lives right now that can make it hard to focus on your schoolwork.
They can make it hard to focus on your school. They can make it hard to they can make it hard to focus on your school. They can make it hard to focus on your school. They can make it hard to focus on your schoolwork.
You're not just quitting on yourself, you're quitting on your country.
You're not just quitting on yourself. You're quitting on your country. You're not just quitting on yourself. You're quitting on your country.
I know it's not always easy to do well in school.
I know it's always easy to do well in school.
I know a lot of you have challenges in your lives right now
I know a lot of you have challenges in your lives right now.
that can make it hard to focus on your schoolwork.
They can make it hard to focus on your schoolwork.
I get it.
I
know
get
what
it.
it's like.
I know what it's like. I get it. I know what it's like.
My father
My
left my
father-
family when I was 2 years old.
My father left my family when I was 2 years old.
I was raised by a single mom
I was raised by a single mom
who had to
who had to
work,
work,
struggled at times to
who struggled at times,
pay the bills,
Pay the bills.
and wasn't always able to give us
who struggled at times to pay the bills,
by a single mom who
Had
had
to
to work,
work.
who struggled at times to pay the bills,
and who struggled at times to pay the bills,
wasn't always able to give us
and wasn't always able to give us wasn't always able to give us
things that other kids had.
the things that other kids had.
There were times I when I was 2 years old.
He, my father left my family when I was 2 years old.
I was raised by a single mom
I was raised by a single mom
who had to work,
struggled
at times,
and who struggled at times to pay the bills,
wasn't always able to give us
and wasn't always able to give us
things that other kids had.
the things that other kids had.
There were times
There were times when I missed
having a father in my life.
having a father in my life. There were times I was lonely
Felt like I didn't fit in.
and I felt like I didn't fit it. And I felt like I didn't fit it.
So I wasn't always as focused as I should have been on.
So I wasn't always as focused as
There were times when I was lonely and I felt like I didn't fit in. So I wasn't always as focused as I should have been on.
so I was always as focused as I should have been at school. Focused as I should have been at school. So I was always as focused as I should have been at school.
And I did some things that I'm not proud of.
And I did something I'm not proud of. And I did something I'm not proud of.
I
I
got
got
more trouble than I should have.
I got more trouble than I should have.
And my life could
I got
some things that I'm not proud of. And I got in more trouble than I should have.
I got in more trouble than I should have.
And my life could have easily taken
And my life could have easily taken
a turn for the worse.
a turn for the worse.
But I was lucky.
But I was lucky.
I got a lot of second chances.
I got a lot of second chances. I got a lot of second chances.
And I had the opportunity to go to college,
And I had the opportunity to go to college.
law school.
To go to college. To go to college. To go to college.
I was lucky. I got a lot of second
Chances.
chances. And I had the opportunity to go to college.
Go to college. Go to college. Go to college. And I had the opportunity to go to college.
Law school.
Law school.
Follow my dreams.
Follow my dreams. And law school and follow my dreams.
My wife, our First Lady, Michelle Obama,
My wife, First Lady Michelle Obama,
she has a similar
she
story.
had a similar story.
Neither of her parents
Neither of her parents
had gone to college.
had gone to
And
college.
they didn't have a lot of money.
And they didn't have
Similar story. Neither of her parents
parents had gone to college.
and they didn't have a lot of money.
If they didn't have a lot of money, if they didn't and they didn't have a lot of money,
It's a similar story. Neither of her
her
parents
parents had
had gone to college.
gone to college.
And they didn't have a lot of money.
If they didn't have no money, if they didn't have a lot of money, and they didn't have a lot of money,
But they worked hard
but they worked hard
and she
And
worked
she
hard
worked-
so that she could go to the best
she worked hard so that she could go to the best schools,
schools in this country.
so that she could go to the best schools in this country.
Some of you might not have those advantages.
Some of them might not have those advantages.
Maybe you don't have
Maybe you don't have
adults in your life
adults in
who
your
give you the
life
support that you need.
who give you the support that you need, who give the support that you need.
Maybe someone in your family has lost their job.
Maybe someone in your family has lost their jobs.
Not enough money to go around. The support that you need.
So
Maybe someone in your family has lost their job. There's not enough money to go around.
That there's not enough money for that there's not enough money to go around. That there's not enough money for that there's not enough money to go around. That there's not enough money to go around. That there's not enough money to go around. That there's not enough money to go around.
Maybe you live in a neighborhood
Maybe you live in a neighborhood. Maybe you neither live in a neighborhood. Maybe you live in a neighborhood
where you don't feel safe.
or you don't feel safe. Where you don't feel safe. Where you
Lost their job. There's not enough money to go around. Maybe you live in a neighborhood where you don't feel safe.
where you then feel safe. Where you then feel safe. Where you then feel safe. Where you then feel safe. Where you then feel safe.
Or have friends who are
Or
pressuring you to do things.
have friends who are pressuring you to things.
You live in a neighborhood where you don't feel safe. Or have friends who are pressuring you to do things.
Pressuring you to do things. Pressuring you to do things. Or you have friends.
Maybe you live in a neighborhood where you don't feel safe. Or have friends
Or have friends
who are pressuring you to do things.
who are pressuring you to do things
aren't right.
you know are right. Or have friends who are pressuring you to do things you know are right.
But at the end of the day,
Things you know are right. But at the end of the day, the
circumstances
of your life,
what
what
you
you look
where
like,
you
where you come from, how much money you have,
what you got going on
what you got going on.
None of that is an
excuse.
for
None of that is an excuse. None of that is an excuse.
money you have,
None of
you
that.
got going on at home.
What go-
None
what
of
go-
that is an excuse for neglecting your homework or
for neglecting your homework and
having a bad attitude in school.
having a bad attitude in school.
That's no excuse.
That's no
for
excuse.
Talking back to your teacher or
Talk. There is no excuse for talking back to you.
homework or having a bad attitude in school. That's no excuse for talking back to your teacher
For talking back to your teacher,
or cutting class
or cutting class,
or dropping out of school.
or dropping out of school.
There is no excuse
There is no excuse
for not trying.
for not
Where you
trying.
are right now doesn't have to determine where you'll end up.
Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you are ended.
No one's written your destiny
No one's written your destiny
for you. Because here in America,
because
you
here in
write your own
America,
destiny.
you write your own destiny. You write your own destiny.
You make your own future.
You make your own future. You make your own future.
What young people like you are doing every
That's what young people like you. That's what young people like you
day. You make your own future. That's what young people like you are doing every day
are doing every day. That's what young people like you are doing every day
all across America.
all across America.
Young people like
Young people like Jasmine
Jasmine
Perez
Perez from Roma, Texas.
from Loma, Texas.
Jasmine didn't speak English when
Jasmine didn't speak English
she first started school.
when she first started school. Jasmine didn't speak English when she first started school.
Neither of her parents had gone to college.
Neither of her parents gone to college. Neither of her parents had gone to college.
Jasmine didn't
Speak English when she
first
first started school.
Neither of her parents had gone to college.
Neither her parents had gone to college. Neither of her parents had gone to college.
But she worked hard.
But she
earned
worked
good
hard.
grades,
And what? But she worked hard on good grades
and got a scholarship to Brown University as
and
gone to college. But she worked hard, earned good grades, and got a scholarship to Brown University
got a scholarship to Brown University.
as now in graduate earned good grades, and got a scholarship to Brown University as now in
Is now in graduate school.
graduate school studying public health.
Now in graduate school studying public health.
On her way to becoming doctor. Now in graduate school studying public health. On her way to becoming doctor.
On her way to becoming
Now
doctor.
in graduate school studying public health. On her way to becoming doctor.
To becoming doctor. On her way to becoming doctor. To becoming doctor.
Jasmine Perez.
To becoming doctor. Jasmine. On her way to becoming doctor. Jasmine Perez.
Thinking about
Um,
Andoni Schultz
I'm thinking about Andoni Schultz
from Los Altos, California,
from Los Altos, California.
who's fought brain cancer
Who's fought brain cancer
since he was 3.
since he was three. Since he was three.
He's had to endure all sorts of treatments.
He's ready to endure.
Who's fought brain cancer since
He
was
had to
3.
endure.
He's had to endure all sorts. California, who's fought brain cancer since he was 3. He's had to endure all sorts of treatments.
He's had to endure all sorts of treatments. He's had to endure all sorts of treatments
Surgeries,
and
one of which
surgeries.
affected his memory.
One of which affected his memory.
He's had to endure all sorts of treatments and surgeries.
Treatments and surgeries. He's had to endure. He's had to endure all sorts of treatments and surgeries.
One of which affected his memory.
One of which affected his memory.
So it took him much longer.
So it took him much longer.
Hundreds of extra hours.
Hundreds of extra hours.
To do his schoolwork.
Hundreds of extra hours to do his school.
Affected his memory, so it took him much
Much longer.
Hundreds of extra hours to do his schoolwork.
Hundreds of extra hours to do his schoolwork.
But he never fell behind.
But he never fell behind.
He's headed to college this fall.
He's headed to college. He's headed to college this fall.
Then there's Chantel Steve,
Then there's Chantel Steele. Then there's Chantel Steele.
my hometown of Chicago, Illinois.
My hometown of Chicago, Illinois.
Even
My hometown of Chicago, Illinois.
when bouncing from foster home, Chantel Steve from my hometown of Chicago, Illinois. Even when bouncing from foster home to foster home,
Even when he bouncing for foster home to foster home. Even when bouncing from
Steve from my hometown of Chicago, Illinois. Even when bouncing from foster home to foster home,
even when bouncing from foster home to foster home.
Steve from my hometown of Chicago, Illinois. Even when
Bouncing
bouncing from
from-
foster home to foster home,
Even when bouncing from foster home to foster home.
in the toughest neighborhoods, even when bouncing from foster home to foster home, in the toughest neighborhoods
In the toughest neighborhood
in the city.
in the city. Even when bouncing from foster home to foster home in the neighborhood in the toughest neighborhood in the city.
Bouncing
From
foster home to
foster home
in the toughest
neighborhood
in the city.
in the city.
She managed to get a job at a local healthcare center. The toughest
She's managed to get a
neighborhoods in the
job.
city. She managed to get a job at a
She managed to get a job. She managed to get a job.
local healthcare security. In the toughest neighborhoods in the city. She managed to get a job at a local healthcare
She managed to get a job of a
home in the toughest neighborhoods in the city. She managed to get a job at a local healthcare security.
She managed to get a job of local healthcare center.
In the toughest neighborhoods in the city. She managed to get a job at a local healthcare secure center.
Local health care center. She managed to get a job at a local health care center.
Toughest neighborhoods in the city. She managed to get a job at a local healthcare secure center. Neighborhoods in the city. She managed to get a job at a local healthcare secure.
She managed to get a job at a local
In the toughest neighborhoods in the city. She managed to get a job at a local healthcare secure center.
She managed to get a job local
The toughest neighborhoods in the city. She managed to get a job at a local health
job local She managed to get a job at local
care secure center.
health care center.
Toughest neighborhoods in the city.
She managed to get a job at local
Healthcare secure
health care
center.
care center.
Started a program to keep young people out.
Started a program to keep young people.
She managed to get a job at a local healthcare secure center. Started a program to keep young people
Starting the program to keep young people
out of gangs.
out of gangs. Started a program. Started
Get a job at a local healthcare secure center. Started a program to keep young
Start the program. Start the program to keep young people
people out of gangs.
to start a program to keep start a program to keep start a program to keep young people to
And she at a local healthcare secure center. Started a program to keep young people out of gangs.
start the program to keep young people out of gang.
And she's
Gangs.
on track to graduate high school with
And she's on track to graduate high school with honors,
honors and go on to college.
and go on to college.
And
Jasmine
Jasmine
and Donnie
Chantel
Chantel
aren't any different from any of you.
are any different from any of you.
They face challenges
They
in
face
their lives
challenge.
just like you do.
They face challenges. They face
Aren't any different from any of you. They face challenges in their lives
they face challenges in their lives
just like you do.
like you do.
In some cases, they've got it a lot worse off.
In some case, they got it a lot worse off. some cases they got it a lot worse off
than many of you.
than many
They
of them.
refused to give up.
But they refused to give up.
They chose to
They
take
chose
responsibility
they chose to take responsibility
for their lives,
for their
their
lives
education,
and
and set
education
goals for themselves.
and set goals for themselves.
I expect all of you to do the same. That's
I expect all of you to do the same. All of you do. All of you
their
do the same.
education and set goals for themselves. And I expect all of you to do the same.
And I expect you, and I expect you, all of you, and I expect all of you to do the same. All of you do the same. All of you to do the same.
For their education and set goals for themselves. And I expect all of you to do the same.
All of you to do the same. And I expect all of you to do the same.
That's why today I'm calling on each of you to set your
That's why today. That's why today I'm calling. That's why. That's why I'm. That's why. That's
for
why.
themselves. And I expect
All of you do the same.
That's why today I'm calling on each of you to
That's why today I'm calling all. I'm calling on each of you. Each of you do. Each of you do set.
set your own goals
Each of you do this. Each of you do set. Each of you do this. Each of you do set your own goals.
for your education.
Each of you do set your own goals through your education.
All of you to do the same. That's why
That's why
today I'm
today I'm
calling on
calling
each of you to
I'm calling on each of you to say. Each of you to set. Each of you to set.
set your own goals.
Each of you to set your own goals through your education. Each of you to set your own goals through education. Through your education.
Everything
And
you
do
can to meet.
and do everything to meet
Calling on each of you to set your own goals.
and,
And I expect all of you to do the same.
and I expect all of you to do the same.
That's why today I'm calling on
That's why I'm today. That's why today. That's why I
each of you to set goals for themselves. And I expect all of you to do the same.
and I expect all of you to do the same. All of you to do the same.
That's why today I'm calling on each
That's why today I'm calling on each of you to set. Each of you to set. Each of you to set your own goals.
of you to set your own goals.
Each of you to set your own goals through education. And do everything you can to meet them. And do everything you can to meet them.
But whatever you
But
resolve to do,
whatever you resolve to do,
I want you to commit to it.
I want you to commit to. I want you to commit to.
I want you to really work at it.
I want you to work it.
I know that sometimes you get that sense from TV.
I know it's sometimes you get the sense from the TV that I know that sometimes you get the sense from TV that
That you can be rich and
you can be rich and
successful
successful.
without any hard work.
You can be rich and successful without any hard work. Without any hard work. Without any hard work.
That your ticket to success is through rapping.
That your ticket to successful and that your ticket to success
Be rich and successful without any hard work.
without any hard work. Without any hard work.
That your ticket to success is through rap.
Your ticket to success is
That you can be rich and successful without any hard work. That your ticket to success is through rapping or
your ticket to success is through
be rich and successful without any hard work. That your ticket to success is through rapping or
success is through your ticket to success is through rapping or
basketball or
basketball
being a reality TV star.
being a reality TV star.
Chances are you're not going to be any of those things.
Chances are you are not gonna be able to do this. You are not gonna be able to do those things. You are not gonna be able.
Or being a reality TV star. Chances are you're not going to be any of those things.
You are not gonna be any of those things. Any of those things. Any of those things. Chances are you are not gonna be any of those things. Any of those things.
The truth is,
The truth
being
is,
successful
being
is hard.
successful
You
is
won't
hard.
love every subject that you study.
はい、お願いします。